One-year-old man is in custody tonight, being held on $5 million bail tied to alleged sex trafficking at a Bellevue mansion. Police say young women were being forced to make sexual online content at parties packed with hundreds of people. Here's KOMO's Claire Weber with what happened in court today.
Cars would pour in here like water. A sea of cars, all young people.
People living near this house in Bellevue say massive parties have been happening every Friday and Saturday night here since new tenants moved in last fall.
The girls would get out of the cars and be dressed very scantily, no coats.
5'9", good afternoon, sir.
Bellevue police arrested this 21-year-old man after several female victims reported being forced to make sexually explicit content for money.
They were essentially coerced into being sex trafficked at this residence. They were made to perform on sites such as OnlyFans and other places.
Coerced or forced? Because those are two different things now. We're listening.
Platforms.
Prosecutors say the man made hundreds of thousands of dollars over a multi-year investigation, which revealed women's claims that he beat and strangled them repeatedly.
He spit on them, poured spaghetti over his head, pointed guns at them, and made them crawl across the floor like a dog.
The victims working with police are between 18 and 22 years old, most of whom they say ended up at these parties through social media posts advertising a fun time.
For these young ladies, this was anything but fun. This was a nightmare for them.
In court, the man's defense attorney argued $5 million bail was too high.
This was set up as a legitimate business. We have a lot of investigation to do on our end, but these are allegations only at this point.
We tried knocking on the door, but nobody answered. Police say officers saw multiple parents drop off underage high school students at these parties too.
Our investigators think it's quite likely that there are additional victims out there.
Police have seized evidence and luxury cars from the property, and they believe more arrests and charges are likely to follow.
If I get this right, he basically was making girls do OnlyFans content. And the thing I'm having with this, right, is because there's a difference between, they say he was doing this for multiple years, which means that they were not forced. I don't like the force word, because that's implying that they were doing it without their will. Maybe eventually without their will, but it didn't start off that way, right? Maybe. We got to see how this case goes. This is very interesting. Honestly, technically, this is the same reason Andrew Tate got in trouble. Technically the same way without OnlyFans. Before OnlyFans, this is literally the same reason that Andrew Tate was in trouble for this same action. And the problem with this is, like, I ain't no criminal or nothing, but I was going to do some shit like this now, because I didn't think this was illegal. I guess it's not illegal. It's just the forcing of said action to make them do it, right? Is that illegal? I'm assuming, because I know a lot of females, and if y'all want to get some money, I can manage. I'm a good manager now. I'll manage it for you. I just think the concept of, I think he's laying his hands on them or forcing them to eat or crawl on the floor is the problem. So it ain't the fact that he is taking their money. It's not the fact that they're doing P work. It's just the fact that he was forcing them to do certain actions they didn't like. Because I don't know if it was a forceful sexual action. So say if I'm a manager, right? I'm just going to put something on your head top. I'm hypothetically speaking. It's your boy Angela Savage, of course. Make sure you subscribe. If I was said manager, and I was their manager, and I had to organize the scenes, the house, the guys, the photos and everything, I'm not forcing you to have sex with that individual, but that is the job that requires us to get paid on your channel. Now, they will make it seem as if, because the cop originally started saying they coerced. That means I convinced you to do something you did not want to do, but I didn't force you to do it. I almost tricked you to do it. I don't like those type of wordings, because we can't allow women to be on these platforms and be managed by men that are willing to be organized, but then say they're coerced to do it. So they're only not coerced to do it if they have their own mindset to do it. Maybe they don't have enough discipline and they wanted a manager, because that's literally probably how this situation started. They needed a manager, and they needed content to go, and this guy was organizing it all. This is a young guy, 21-year-old guy. He probably figured out, like, okay, I know some chicks. They want to make the content. I'm willing to organize the content, because that's what I would do if I was him. But I guess the content when he's like, oh, he's making them doggy walk on the floor. Is he making you, or is he telling you to do it? Because if I'm forcing your ass to doggy walk on the floor, like I'm literally putting my hands on you and forcing you, that's different, right? But I don't think in this concept that was the case. It's just me telling you to, hey, girl, doggy walk on the side of on the floor with the spaghetti on your head across the hall, booty naked. Yeah, this is all for content, yes, right? But if I beat you, throw some spaghetti on your head, muff you, tell your ass to get the doggy walking across the thing, in video, that's a dip. Okay, now I might have been forcefully doing something, right? That's kind of how I look about this situation. What is going on? Literally, what is going on? Like, this is literally the same reason Andrew Tate got in trouble. Andrew Tate got in trouble for organizing basically an OnlyFans, but it wasn't OnlyFans, it was before OnlyFans, of women to make content for them. But they said they coerced the women to make the content because he treated them as their girlfriends. And then he profited off all the money that they had. But he took care of them, but he took all their money. Like a pimp, almost. But that was their agreement. So this is the same concept. Maybe he's just. I seen an interview where OnlyFans, they said some managers they take 75% and they give the rest to the girl because they're organizing it. They're conversating with other guys. They set up the equipment and all that stuff, and they make sure that the money's flowing through. Now, is that fair? That's between the content creator and the manager themselves, if that's fair. But I need you to understand that, is it illegal? Because that's what they're charging with. He's on a $5 million bond now for alleged sex trafficking. But if he didn't force his hands on him, he's not you know what I mean? But this is a sticky situation. The woman's going to win in this situation. He's going to get time. Because this is the type of case that pulls at people's heartstrings. And when you have a case that pulls at people's heartstrings, it's going to be hard for you to get off. It's definitely going to be hard for you to get off because of that. This is a weird situation. I would say, I was thinking about that. I work around a lot of nurses, and some of them like to do this type of stuff. So I was like, well, I'm a disciplined individual. I could organize your videos. I can set up time slots. I can set up photo shoots. I can get the photographer. I got scenes ready, and I just know how to organize. I'll even market it and talk to the guys on there to get the extra tips. That's where I see where this guy possibly should have done that. If he did do it, hopefully. But when you put your hands on him, I guess that's where the alleged sex trafficking happens. Possibly. This needs to be clarified. This is a very interesting story. We're going to stay on top of this. This is your boy, Angelo Savage. Tell me what y'all think about this in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to like the video top. I appreciate the love here. It's your boy, Angelo Savage. This is a Savage Report. Peace.